Hey guys, what's up? Crusaderr here. So obviously bonus XP weekend is over now, and I'm just getting to my highlights video just because I was planning on uploading of a highlights video on Tuesday, but apparently my account got a copyright strike from Jagex. And for those of you who didn't know, if you do have a copyright strike on your account, then you can't upload anything longer than 15 minutes. And the video I had planned was about 19 minutes, so I emailed Jagex about that, and hopefully I'll get a reply soon. Just because that is very annoying. I'm not sure why my video got flagged, but anyways, let's get on to the highlights. So after a quick tree run, then I immediately went into summoning with blue charms, and my God, is the XP amazing! I'm As you can see, I'm getting XP drops of 40k plus. Um, and it's almost like you're playing a private server, because like the XP rates are so ridiculous. I think it's like 19 mil XP an hour, or maybe like 20 mil XP per hour, or something like that. So absolutely amazing. Only slight downside was that summoning was kind of glitched because the left click option for making the pouch was fine. It just immediately went to the Geyser Titan option. However, when I did transfer them into scrolls, then I did have to manually use the pouch on the scroll in order to make the scrolls, instead of just having to left click. So that was kind of annoying, but thankfully I only did have 7k blue charms to burn through. Um, Also, just a note that I did use the Spirit Kayat method for a little bit just because I had some Spirit Gems in my bank and I did want to save blue charms over anything else. And moving on from that, I did green charms next. And I'm thinking next time that I don't want to do, or I don't want to pick up green charms at all, just because the XP isn't that great in comparison with the other charms, and they're like ridiculously expensive because I believe unicorns were 36 GP per XP during the weekend, and even fruit bats were like 27 GP per XP. So also, green charms were glitched too, with the fact that again you had to use the pouch on the obelisk to make the scrolls, and that you had to use the green charm on the obelisk too, because if you just left clicked it, it would never set green charms as your default, because it would take you to the gold charms page. So you had to manually use your charms on the obelisk every single time, and you had to select the pouch you want to make too. So they didn't even set that as a default. So that was really annoying to do. It was like 3 or 4 mil per hour, but it did feel a lot slower just because I did do that right after summoning, and pretty expensive. But I did what I had to do, I guess. And then moving on to Crimson Charms now. Thankfully, these weren't glitched, and the left click options for both making the pouches and the scrolls worked just fine, so the left click option did work, thankfully. The only downside of this, though, was that training with Steel Titans using the shot method is actually really expensive because you have to sell the steel plate body to the shop for 600 GP and buy it back for 2k each. So that's an additional 1400 GP loss per pouch, which definitely eats up at your money. I believe I spent an additional 70 mil ish if I were doing the shot method as opposed to the kayak method. So in the future bonus XP weekends, I'm thinking of doing Pachyx instead, because I did hear from other people that it's pretty comparable XP and the GP loss isn't that bad. However, honestly, it was pretty doing Crimson Charms was pretty relaxing compared to blues and greens because it was a little bit less clicking. And that's pretty much all I did for day one of bonus XP weekend. So besides my dailies, of course. And so I got 65 mil XP in that one day. So not too bad of a start to the bonus XP weekend, I guess. So for day two, I did a little bit of construction, just about 1 mil XP. No real need to explain anything after that. And then afterwards, I from this point on, I moved to an instance bank in player-owned ports, just because I figured that with the amount of people on, that like they would cause me to lag a little bit. So I wanted my own bank, and so I did overloads next. And as you can see in the video, I just did the five the five overload method with a pack instead of the four method with the double plus keys. Um, I could have gone to Verica West Bank and done my banking a little bit faster, but I was just worried about all the familiars and stuff that I thought would be there. Turns out my fears were unjustified, but oh well, it didn't slow me down too much, I guess. And so I did get about 3 mil ish Herblore XP, and that was pretty quick. Only took me just a little bit over an hour, so not too bad. And then finally, I moved on to crafting my 21k air battle staves, and by God, it felt so slow. Like slow as in 8 or 900k XP per hour, but just in comparison with all the other skills I did, summoning, construction, herblore, it just felt like it took forever to do. But at least it was relaxing, and one problem is that battle staves are really cheap right now for some reason. I'm not sure why. There's an absolute killing to be made if you are a mercher or an alker, because on the forums I saw a bunch of posts where people are buying and selling elemental battle staves for like 7,700 each, and I don't know anyone. I don't know why anyone would sell for such a low point, because alk price is 9,300 each. So yeah, get in on that while you can, because that is a lot of profit margin to be made there, if you have the capital, of course. I do know someone that has about 6 bill ish in alkables and only spent like 3 bill or so. So an absolute killing to be made again. And that pretty much summed up day 2 of bonus XP weekend. Not as much XP as the first day, of course, but still a fair amount of time spent on the game. And yeah, that was day 2. And finally, day 3, I pretty much used up everything that I wanted to use up during the bonus XP weekend. So I finished my charms, construction, herbal, and crafting. So I kind of wanted to AFK and do broads for the rest of the time, but then I did felt bad, just because fletching on its own is pretty inefficient, just because you can train that in conjunction with other skills for little to no XP loss at all. So for instance, I did make a video earlier about cooking and fletching, about how that didn't waste any time if you're doing rocktails. And obviously a lot of people know about the dwarf traders and fletching method, so I just decided to do the traders. And yeah, I just alternated between doing that with my what's it called, Five Fingers Aura, and then after that I just did divination, and then I just alternated between the two whenever my aura went out. And that pretty much summed up day 3 for me. Pretty relaxing day after doing so much stuff, so much click intensive stuff. And yep, that was it for me. I was a little preoccupied during the weekend. I did go to school on the first day, so that was the first 8 hours of bonus XP gone, so that sucks. And I did sleep, surprisingly, during the weekend, so that's another 15 hours or so that I could have possibly gotten. But and I had scholarship essays and just general homework to do. So over the course of the XP weekend, I was on for a total of 40 hours ish, which really surprised me, because I thought it'd be a lot more. It definitely felt like a lot more, because it is crazy to think that I spent all that time, and it was only like a little bit over half of the total amount of time that I could have been on. Um, but I'm pretty happy, I guess. I went up quite a few ranks because of the summoning XP. Um, Even then, though, I don't think I was even top page for daily summoning gains on Friday. I believe the top one was like 170 mil-ish. I know 2 people from my clan did get 170 mil summoning XP over the weekend, and did reach the 200 mil mark. So congrats to them, Sagittarian and Dark. It's either Dark X or Dark Bond, so I apologize. Um, but yeah, post down below what times you guys had, because I'm always interested to know the level of no lifing capabilities of people out there. And yeah, that pretty much sums up my bonus XP weekend. 85 mil XP in 40 hours of gameplay. Not too bad, I guess. And that's it. I hope you guys liked the video. Sorry again about the delay, just because of that Jagex copyright, which is okay. I won't say anything else, but like the video if you liked it. Comment with anything. Subscribe for more content, and as always, stay fished, my friends.